What are you talking about? Where did he touch you? What in the world are you talking about? What? How random is that? Somebody comes into my chat room and says, "Where did he touch you?" And then immediately before I even can say anything says, "Yes or no, did he touch you?" What are we talking about here? My uncle. Like, I have an uncle. That's a funny thing. I have no uncles, but what in the world is this just what's wrong with you? Is there something like off in your brain? Where did somebody touch you? Would be the question. That you would come into my chat room and not say hi or something a plain regular person would say. And you would come in here and ask me some weird ass questions like that. That doesn't make any sense. Well, I'm an MMA fighter, like retired, so I've been touched a lot. Usually with a fist or a foot or I mean, touch is such a vague word. It's like I just touched myself. So I touched me. Like I'm touching myself, baby. I'm like here I am. I'm touching myself. Like that's really vague. I mean, are you asking me like so you want to know about my sex life? Because I haven't really had much of one for a while now. I've been single. Somebody touched me sexually in a bad way. I mean, I've definitely had some bad sex in my time. I mean, that's happened. But that's a very non-specific thing. Now understand, I know what you're insinuating. You're literally talking to somebody who has an incredibly high IQ, and I understand exactly what you're saying. But why don't you state it? Why don't you put it out there? You understand what I'm saying. Why don't you state what you're saying and be very direct about it and show your bigotry to everybody and why you don't understand what the hell you're talking about? Why don't you just do that? Just go ahead and state what you're saying because in your brain somebody's done something to me, right? Is that where we're going with this? Somebody had to have done something to me at some point in time for me to be messed up in the head or something, for me to dress this way and do certain things that you don't understand. That's where we're going with this, right? That's where we're going, correct? Are you still there? Did you get did you get M? Did you get oh wow. Wow. Okay. Look at this guy. I mean, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. I mean, let's record this because I don't have my chat box up working right on my stream and stuff. Let's look at this so y'all can understand what's going on here. So we can see like exactly what we're talking about here, okay? And how like how some people are just, I don't know, they're just not right in the head, right? I mean, some people they're just never going to be right. You know what I mean? Like look at this. Did you get molested? Where did he touch you? I mean, this is how this dude introduces himself to my stream. Where did he touch you? Yes or no? Did he touch you? This literally, he dropped that within 2 seconds. I wish I was recording that somehow. Maybe it's in the live chat session as he did it or whatever. So maybe I'll be able to figure out a way to screen share this or something at some point. You know, did he touch you? And I'm saying, like, who are we talking about? Who touched you? I need to know sexually. I'm asking him, like, who? Yeah, I knew exactly what he's talking about, right? Did you get Mo? I mean, dude, let me keep this going for a second, just so you know. I mean, do you have anything else to ask? Do you have anything else to ask? Because your natural assumption that somebody had to be molested to be, or I say natural, it's not even a natural. It's like, it's just something. Hang on, we'll put it over here so we can. Okay. You know what? I might be able to share that window. That's a thing I can do. Let's do a window share here. Because I mean, or are you done yet? Because I mean, I really, without any more window capture, there we go. I mean, there we go. All right, there we go. Let's just stretch that to the screen for right now. We'll stick with this. You know what I mean? Let's stick with this guy for a second here, so I don't have to do this in two spots. Let me just stretch this to the screen. There we go. That's a little weird. So did you get M? What is M, sweetie? No. No. Here's the thing. No. Yeah, I did a podcast about this. Yeah, I did a podcast about this. No, I was not molested. There's actually a podcast out there where these questions were asked and answered. I did a whole interview on this. We had a whole conversation on this. And the real issue is here is the implication that, you know, like, there's only, I did. Did I? So now you're telling me, you're telling me that I did. Do I need to trace your IP and find out who you are so we can arrest you for the molestation of me? Because you're the only person in the world with this knowledge. You're literally the only person who has knowledge of this molestation as you're talking about. Dude, all you have to do is look it up. You literally only have to look it up. You know, you're coming in here and you're so damn smart. Okay? You came in here and you're so damn smart that you know that I was molested in order to be. What am I? Go ahead. Tell me what I am, too. Go ahead. Tell me. Tell me what I am. I want to know. What am I exactly? Okay? I want to know exactly Instead and listening. What instead? I mean, you can't even type, man. You speak in short, choppy sentences, and you're coming in here like you're so smart. You're coming in here like you're so smart. You're coming in my chat room like you're such a smart person, insinuating things that you would have no clue about. Because basically you're some sort of bigot, right? I mean, what? I don't want to assume you're a racist or or whatever you might be and whatnot. But obviously, you have something wrong with you that you hate a certain portion of the population, right? Or you can't understand a portion of the population, so you're insinuating things because you can't understand it because your brain is about this big, right? Maybe like I'm trying to give you too much credit because I gave you two of them. So you've got a brain about this size, and your brain doesn't function well. And so you've come up with something in your head to explain something that your tiny brain doesn't understand. Is that what we're saying here? Do I have a mom and a dad? No, I do not have a mom and a dad. They grew me in the air. I actually grew off a tree. Okay, like they literally put me. They like grew me out of the soil. Okay, I am the immaculate conception without the conception part. God Himself snapped His fingers and put me here on the earth. Okay, that's what happened. There you go. That's why if you find my social media, I took the last name Morningstar because I'm an angel basically. I'm an angel of the Lord. I'm the morning star. Okay. Jesus, I love this conversation. Would you like to come on the show? Would you like to put your face on this? I mean, I would love. We can do a whole segment. Would you like that? I mean, honestly, we I don't mind bringing you on because this little texting game you're doing right here is you know I don't even know what to do with it. It's just like I would rather at least see you. I would rather at least see you and you show me who you are, like your face, because you're hiding behind a keyboard with a name. I'm so bored. Why would I have anxiety? Do you know who I am? Have you looked me up at all? Do you know who I am at all? I am literally a retired MMA fighter and coach. Okay? Like I don't really have anxiety issues, you know what I mean? Like all you have to do is like watch some videos of mine, right? Like to know that like I'm a very happy-go-lucky person, right? Like I don't have like depression and anxiety issues and things like that. So I'm not like super famous or anything, let's just say that, but I'm known enough. I'm known enough. There's enough people know me. And what you're implying is basically your own hate spewing out of you. And think about this. You're asking me if I have anxiety issues right now, okay? Do I sound like somebody with anxiety issues? Do I sound like I'm having a hard time handling this conversation? Think on that. Like, use your brain. Do you have anxiety issues? Do you have issues that you need to rectify? Okay, because I mean, it says right here your name. I'm so bored. So find something to do, baby. I love my mom 100%. My dad, whatever. Yes, mom.
I'm headed to the hunt club.
Okay, have fun at the hunting club, mom. So you're a little drunk tonight. Okay. Okay. You're that's right. You're a lie. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I love you, mom. Do I love my mom and my dad? I love my mom. We've actually tried this experiment where I moved in with her recently, um, and no problem, mom, no problem. Um, and that hasn't been a great experiment there, as far as that goes. You shut up, mom. You're not. Well, yeah, you are a bitch. Okay, but I have a kid, and so I'm moving back to Atlanta because the schools are better for him there. The LGBT community is better. I'm living in the middle of nowhere right now. Do I love my mom more than my dad? Now, I guess to go back and answer your question so I don't seem invasive. My mom and dad did divorce when I was young, and I've had a stepdad most of my life. Um, I'm much closer to my stepdad than my real dad. My real dad thinks he's of the lost Hebrew tribe or some shit. I don't even know. That guy's so weird these days. I don't really have much to say to him. I disowned him basically. Like I don't want anything to do with that guy. He's just wasn't really there in my life. But my stepdad was. Man, understand. You're talking to somebody who grew up hunting, fishing, like the redneck life, baby. I can hunt. I can do probably outdo you in any man thing you want to pull out. I'm a retired MMA fighter. I played football. I played basketball. Okay, and I've been miserable most of my life from just not living my true self. From being in an industry and stuff that I just didn't feel comfortable that I would be able to be me. Okay, you're insinuating things from behind the keyboard. You're coming at me to insinuate some sort of like mental instability or mental issues. Meanwhile, I have people I know that come from the normal home that have anxiety issues, as you're talking about, depression. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't like to talk to him again. I have no desire to talk to him. Hell, I live now in the hometown that he grew up in. My mom and I are out in the woods. Happens to be the hometown that my dad grew up in. I could go right down the street and find him. My family name in this community is known. I have no desire. Why would I? Why would I want to? No, I don't. Now, you know who I'd like to talk to again? His dad. I would love for my grandfather to be alive again, and my grandmother to be alive again. Those people are gone. I can't get them back. They were amazing to me. They were like they were there in my life as much as possible. My real dad was a piece of shit. Like he's a horrible father, I guess. I mean, I guess maybe that's something you're trying to look for, right? Like, if I had a horrible father, then that messed me up, right? That's what it was, right? So for like I told you, I had the ideal manly stepfather. Taught me how to hunt, taught me how to fish, taught me how to do construction, taught me how to do all the manly things, give me that male role model. I grew up with martial arts instructors around me. Manly men, sir. Manly men, okay? Fighters. I had every example of a man in my world to learn from. So the fact that my real dad wasn't there didn't really mean anything. Uh, why do you keep asking? But what if he would like to talk to you? Would you let him? No, I don't. I don't. I think at this point, no. Um, that ship kind of sailed. You know what I mean? Like that ship sailed, dude. Like I don't have a reason to, if that makes any sense. Like I disconnected with him. I kind of like I blocked him from all my social medias. I stopped talking to him because I was tired of seeing somebody like make, hey sweetie, how are you? Yeah, I'm dealing with some weirdo here, man. Like I don't understand. Like this guy has come into my stream and he's just come in here and he's saying weird stuff. You know, and I'm asking him like, hey, I tell you what, but if you why don't you come in and join the stream and you can ask me face to face or camera to face, however you want to, and let the world see who you are. Let's let this world see who you are. Let's let people see who you are. Okay? But no, I mean my dad made Facebook posts and was judgy of people for no reason and saying stuff that made no sense, really. You know, because the man like feels like he's like part of the lost Hebrew tribe. He's more Jewish than the Jews, and he was born in South Carolina. He's from the country. You know, I'm saying like my dad's a weirdo. You know, my dad's a weirdo. You look at me now, like a normal person like you, or a normal person like you would meet my dad and go, well, he's a normal person, and I'm a weirdo, right? But understand, my dad's a really weird individual. He's off. There's something wrong with the man. He literally he's hiding behind religion and stuff. Maybe something happened to him. That's the guy you need to ask what happened to him. Like there's somebody you need to ask what happened to him that made him who he became. You know what I mean? Like that would be a thing. Like find out from him. How old was he when he left? How old was I when he left, or how old was I when my parents got a divorce? Is that the question? I mean, because I mean, that's weird. That's a weird question. I'm gonna assume you made a typo there, and we'll go. How old was I when my parents got a divorce? I was like two and a half, two and a half. I don't remember their divorce. I was too young to remember my parents living together, and I was old enough, like around the age to remember. Like my mom pretty much met my stepdad not too long after uh, my father and her got divorced. And this is really personal. I mean, you're asking some really personal stuff, but okay. I mean, I've always been pretty open book, so so I've had my stepdad in my life for most of my life. I've seen a stable marriage. A stable marriage. My parents were married for over 30 years. They've recently divorced, or are divorcing. Um, but I've been in a quote unquote stable home, right? A normal home for most of my life, or my life growing up. So I don't know. I'm just not getting what it is you're trying to get out of me, sweetie. Like that's the hard part, is trying to understand what it is that you're asking me, because you're not really being direct enough. Oh, okay. Hey. Hey, sweetheart. Yeah, and see, now you've got somebody else interested in what's going on here. And I see another person tuning in here. So, like, they're really curious. People are starting to become curious. When was the last time you talked to him? I don't know, man. I'd have to go back and look at my damn timeline of 2 or 3 years ago when I blocked him on Facebook, and I got not when I was a little kid, if that's what you want to know. why can't you ask some direct questions here, man? Like what is it you want to know? So the first questions you had, and this. Let me scroll back up for you guys tuning in, okay? Let me scroll back up here, okay? This is how this guy introduced himself to me, okay? I've never seen this guy in my channel before. I've never seen him come in and ask me questions. He's never said hi. I don't know who this person is. I'm so bored. And his first question to me coming in my chat was, where did he touch you? And before I could even respond, it was within a split second. Yes or no, did he touch you? And I'm like asking them like who. You guys will be able to go back and watch this, of course, and you'll be able to see. But I mean, he's like, your uncle, did he touch you? My uncle. And let me be clear. I told you I don't have any uncles. I mean, I do have some uncles, but I didn't really grow up around like my mom's brother. I was rarely around him. My stepdad has a brother. And he was actually a pretty good uncle for me. But he moved out of the state when I was pretty young, you know. But I mean, I'm cool with him. I call him right now. He's a, you know, he's probably been more accepting of me in a lot of ways than some of my other family members. I mean, his son is my cousin that I grew up with. He's bisexual and military, normal home, good home. And then, they had a good home. They had money. They had, all kinds of stuff, man. I'm trying to figure out what it is, that you want. But you're obviously What is my favorite hobby? Like, now that's a weird thing now because it's like we're flipping the script. My favorite hobby, obviously, if you're not paying attention, is probably playing Warzone right now. That's currently what I do with most of my time. I mean, you're coming to my channel. You're asking me all this crazy questions to assume that the reason I dress the way I do or the reason I've changed my name to Bree or whatever is that I was molested as a child and things like that. Now you're coming and going, well, what's your favorite hobby? Obviously, I play Warzone. Is the main thing I'm doing. Now, it's kind of hard to call that a hobby. That's why I hesitated because, I'm considering this a profession at this point. And, I already told you I'm a retired martial artist or semi-retired martial artist. I mean, you can look. There's the trophies and there's some trophies and stuff in the background. Let's flip those up real quick for you. I mean, if you didn't catch that, right? Like, let's shrink this a little bit here. Let's do the bigger background for you so you can see what's up. And this is just a couple of things I put out just to have in the background. Let's see if you can. Yeah. I mean, hell, look. Over here on the right side of my couch right now, I've got a bunch of stuff I got to get sold off and whatnot, So, how many hours do I play a day? As many as I can get in, because the more time I'm on, the more followers I get, the more crazy shit that happens, the more videos I can make. Dude, you're a video. You're content for me now. You are content for me now. I have no idea, Skinny. I have no idea. And that's like what I'm saying right now. This guy is now content. You know what I mean? He's asking me about how many hours a day. This is another reason I'm doing this. You know what I mean? Like this is another reason for me to do this because it just all right. It just is. It's a another way for me to get my name out there. And I love playing Warzone, so much that I wanted to figure out how to monetize that, right? Let's monetize that. And of course you can. Of course you can. I'm always open for. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying, Skinny. He's giving me a viewer, right? You know what I mean? Like I have a viewer. Here's a viewer, and and he's giving me content. I mean, this is going to be a whole segment, right? We're going to make a whole segment out of this. He's gonna be Facebook famous here soon. Like we're gonna make this guy Facebook famous. Because he basically came in and insinuated, like, that I was molested as a child, and all this other stuff. Now he's flipping around and asking me my hobby. How many hours do you play? Well, I play as many hours as I can, sweetie. I didn't get to play the last 3 days because I had to deal with, some family emergency stuff. And, you know, like I said, this is my career. And now you've become content. The longer I'm on, the more followers I get. The more followers I get, the more money I'll make. The more interesting things that happen. I mean, this is interesting. I'm not mad at you because you've literally just you've given me content. This is. I mean, yeah, I'm assuming he's still really religious. I mean, I don't think you just, like, when you get to that level of really religious, you don't just stop, right? It's almost like brainwashed at that point, right? I mean, yeah, 2023 finest viewer, right? I mean, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna cut this off. It's not really going anywhere. I was playing, um, and the conversation's becoming less interesting. It's like I said, man. If you want to join in here, put your face out there. I can. Hell, I'm trying to figure out and make sure that my stream is doing that because I also am trying to. I have TikTok, baby. I actually have TikTok. I just started it. Um, I just started TikTok, and it's actually I've gotten like several viewers already. You're right. I mean, I put some clips. I put two clips of my gameplay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, dude. Like on TikTok. Yeah, yeah. I put two clips of my gameplay on there the last week, and got boom, boom, boom. You're right. I mean, they get views quick on TikTok. So yes, definitely. Yeah, I already know that. I got another one to do, and I mean, this could turn into one too. But I mean, it says, "Do you believe in God?" Did I cover that? I know. I mean, because I made a joke about me being the Morning Star and the angel. Maybe I didn't quite cover that with you, but no, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. But here, I want to wait on your question. I want to let him lead me to things. I don't want to say too much. I want to let this guy lead me. This is almost interesting, right? I mean, this is almost interesting. Like I, I would rather you be almost live with me, just there's a lot of delay here. There's a lot of delay here from you. Because you're giving me these little this, that, and the other, and I got people want to watch me play Warzone, man. Skinny didn't come here for this conversation. I got a guy, it's Skinny. He's watching right now, but he didn't come here for this conversation. Um, Perfecto pub right there. He didn't come for this conversation. They're watching it. They're getting some entertainment value out of that. But people come here to watch me play Warzone. Um, there's a few people come here to just watch me. Like I'm not really that great at Warzone, so some people just come here to watch me. But you're giving me this like questions and things, and then you do this. How many relationships have you been in? I mean, are you trying to date me, sweetie? Like, what is they have? Like, if you want to like date me, like just like say that, like I'll give you like some direct contact info, like well, it's no secret where I am on social media. But I don't know. Maybe perfecto. I mean, maybe. I don't know, obviously, but yeah, I mean, if you're trying to date me, because I mean, this is like dating questions now. It's like, like this is a lot of detail that like you would share with somebody interested in dating you, and I'm like I said, I'm getting bored of it. Like I'm getting bored of it. How many relationships have I had? It's some weird shit. Like I've had relationships. I had a wife for 10 years. Like, and it's not even anything you can't find about me. That's the weird part about it. Like you're drilling me for all this stuff, and my life is literally an open book on social media. It's well available to anybody. Like I said, man, literally go watch all these things you're asking me are in a podcasted interview. Okay, in a podcasted interview. Okay, and all this stuff you want to know is there. Okay, I'm literally basically done with this at this point. Just to answer this question for you, I've had in my adult life three committed relationships. Three committed relationships. I had a girlfriend for several years. Um, and then we broke up. And then I had a fiance for several years. We had a child together. That's my child that I have right now. That's here. If you can hear a child in the background, that's him. He's in my custody. Just so you know, the court of law saw his mother to be unfit and put him in my custody 100%. Like he's mine. There's nobody else that even has rights to him. He's literally my child 100%. Okay? And then when we broke up, then I ended up marrying somebody. And I was married for 10 years. I was married for 10 years. Or 9. It was almost 10. I think it was like 10 before the divorce was finalized or whatever. But all this is out there. So I said, once again, I told you, man, there's an interview out there. And so that's another reason I'm just kind of done with this, because the information's already out there. I really didn't get on here to do this with you. I know you don't understand, sweetie. That's the whole thing. And now I'm losing viewers because you don't understand. They don't want to hear all this. Nobody cares. I mean, they might care, but I mean, they don't really. Yeah, I know, man. I know, Skinny, and that's why I'm getting ready to cut this out, because it's gone off on a tangent at this point, and I went along with it for a second because I don't like the implication. I didn't like the implication that like I am who I am because I was molested, because that's how he started the conversation, and that's how it started, right? He comes in and he's implying that like somebody who touched you. I mean, this is the weirdest way to even start a conversation, dude. It's obvious that you have some issues. It's obvious that you have some issues, okay? And you obviously need to go work on your issues. But it's not. Listen, it's not my job to help you understand this situation. Okay, that's not what I'm here for. I am not here to. Right, exactly, Skinny. That's the weird part, right? I mean, this is how the conversation started. Where did he touch you? Yes or no? Did he touch you? Your uncle, did he touch you? Who touched you? I need to know. Sexually? In a bad way? Did you get molested? So did you get, I mean, like, look at this. This is weird, right? I mean, this guy is coming in my stream and then basically implying something's wrong with me. And it's clear to anybody watching this right now that something's wrong with you, buddy. And so I'm going to stop asking your questions. I'm going to get back. One of my friends just joined my stream. Will just join me. Hey, who's there?
Yep.
Rage! Hey, baby, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, not much. I was just listening. And my only input is typically it's projection.
Yeah, right.
Maybe someone touched him.
Yeah, right.
Just trying
right.
To get assistance. And
yeah.
We'll move on since.
Yeah, I'm ready to play. I mean, this has been going. I don't know if how long you've seen this going on, but it's been going on for a minute.
I just got out of bed. I jumped on. I had a bit of a stream.
Minute. Okay, yeah. It's enough of it, and I'm just like, Yeah, my childhood was just fine, sweetie. I didn't have a bad childhood. Uh, I had a good childhood. I wasn't a rich child. My family wasn't rich. We weren't poor. We ate well. We had things. I mean, I had most things I wanted most of my life. So whatever the implication is that you're trying to get to, whatever the it's like I said, I have a super high IQ. I'm a highly intelligent person. I'm a very stable person. And so whatever it is you're trying to get to, you're off on all that. And I'm done with this. My friends here, people tuned in to watch me play games, and right, it's like bye, have a nice life. I mean, this perfecto did not come here to listen to this. Nobody wants that anymore. So I'm gonna tune you out, sweetie. Like I said, if you want more information, there is a whole interview on my life. It's pretty detailed. It was like two plus hours. Go look up. What's the link? It's called one on one with Lady Bree. Go look that up. You'll get pretty much all the info you ever want on me. Okay? I'm off. My friend's here. I'm ready to go play my game. Oh, Lord have mercy. That's some weird shit. That's some weird
Sounds like you were having fun.
shit. I mean, the way he came in, man, it just was like there was this like implication of uh, like it started off with the intro said literally he comes in the stream and he goes, "Where did he touch you? Yes or
Yeah.
no? Did he touch you?" And I'm like, "Wait, what?" You know what I mean? Like that's just. And I knew where he was going with it, so I just kind of let it go because I wanted to address that,
Yeah.
and because that's such a stupid narrative out there. People have made this narrative that something's wrong with somebody like me, that something had to have happened, um, you know, whatever. I'm over that. Like I'm so over that. Oh. All right, what are we doing, Rage?
Uh, I'm happy to do whatever. I'm still kind of waking up a little bit.
Ah, let me recenter. I have not been playing well today because, well,
That's fine. I might not play well. Or I might.
you
We'll find out.
always play well. Shut up. Like, shut up.
I'll tell you what we're doing.